What's going on, guys? Man, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with the camera. Like that's cool. I made a little bit of progress, man. Like yesterday, I only had 2 views on my video, and like now I got 12 on one and 8 on another. I mean, it ain't nothing, but it's something. It's a lot for me. It's we're making some progress, but I don't care. I ain't gonna let nothing stop me. Like that's for sure. So, today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna start telling you guys, a little bit more about me, who I am as a person, how I grew up, and all that stuff, man. So, here we go. I'm calling the title of this one's going to be Cutting the Chains. And here it is. My name is Clint Richards. My friends, they call me AZ. I'm an American. I'm a recovering addict, recovering alcoholic. I'm an activist. I'm an advocate. I'm an adult survivor of child abuse. I'm a casualty of systemic failure. I'm so much more. I was raised by an aggressive alcoholic father. I was raised to rebel against authority. I was raised to be racist. I was raised with a false belief system that stacked the chips of life for certain failure. My father was very violent. He used to street fight me in the backyard. This went on for a long time. When I came home from school, when I came home from being with my friends, I never knew what to expect. Sometimes he was gonna get high with me. Sometimes he was gonna sit down and have a beer with me. Sometimes I'd go home, he'd take me out the backyard, he'd smack me around. Sometimes I'd go in the backyard and he'd street fight like me, like we had some beef, like he was on the schoolyard, and it was pretty rough, man. He really messed me up. He did a lot of hard drugs with me starting at age 12. He introduced me to methamphetamines. He introduced me to cocaine, marijuana, all that shit. That's what he did. One time, I came home and I'd been kind of acting out a little bit. I was out getting drunk with my buddies down the street, and I think I was suspended from school, and I went out and I came home, and man, he takes me out in the backyard and he smacks me, bam! And then he puts a chain, locks the chain with a lock, locks it on my ankle. And he locks me up and he chains me up to a tree out in the backyard. And he left me out there for damn near a week with the dogs. And this ain't a joke. You know what I mean? I'm not just making this up. This isn't some euphemism. This isn't for dramatic effect. As a kid, I was literally living in the backyard with the dogs like some kind of a fucking beast. And my old man did things that nobody in modern day society would consider to be acceptable parenting. Since day one, I had a shit deal. I grew up to become a direct reflection of my environment: serious addiction, a life in crime, incarceration, trauma. In my early 20s, my dad died of cancer. I took some time to develop my own beliefs, my own opinions about life. I did a good job of detaching from the only way of life that I ever had. I went through a lot of meetings. I went through a lot of therapy. I got sober for damn near 10 years. I made monumental progress. I did all kinds of things. I turned this shit around, but what I never once did is I never did anything really to work through these suppressed memories. I never did anything I didn't talk to anybody about this chain being on my ankle. I'm literally locked up, chained to a fucking tree in the backyard, sleeping with a Rottweiler and a pit bull. That's what I was doing, man. I was just a boy. I was just a little kid. I had an experience with our government that emotionally put those childhood chains back on my ankle. I imagine the scars from childhood, they're too deep to ever fully heal. But now I have a whole new set of trauma that came directly from our federal government. This is a fact. My father, he put hands on me a lot. Our police, they put hands on me a lot. In prison, I was often in a position to engage in hand-to-hand combat. Violence, racism, this seems to be the theme. It's all around me. But in my heart, in my soul, in my core, this ain't who I am. It never has been. But it's always been right there in my face. My antithesis, my nemesis. I'm not racist. I'm not violent. I'm not criminally minded. Really, all I want to do is I want to change the world. But the world, it always puts this crap in my way. Why? Why has my life been constantly violated of human rights? What's with all the violence? What's with all the hate? The little bit that I've shared with you it's a small percentage of the true depth of my reality. I'm a survivor. I'm in a class of minorities that are unrecognized. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim because victim is weakness. I'm a survivor. I'm here today to introduce myself to you as I start my path of redemption. I've been emotionally chained up in my father's backyard for 25 years. The challenges that I come with are unexplainable. I've been sheltered from the world with these emotional anchor chained to my white trash roots. But today, I'm telling you all that this chain, these things that are chaining me down, I'm leaving this shit, man. I'm taking these chains off. I'm leaving the trauma along with it. I'm leaving my father's racism along with it. I'm leaving the pain along with it. I'm leaving all the hate, the addiction, the systemic failure, a world built on stereotypes, a world built on stigma. You can have all this shit. People like me have a purpose in this world. With all the past behind me, I've got some serious acts of redemption to pursue. The chains, they're no longer on me. I'm a great man. I'm a man who changes the world. I'm a role model. I'm an inspiration. I'm a solution. I'm a voice. I'm an American soldier for justice. And anything, anyone, anything that gets in my motherfucking way gets to deal with Survivor me, who finally stands up. So if you finally stand up to my boy, excuse me, I just dropped all my fucking notes, but this shit is real. If you're in my way, I suggest that you move around. You know, I just read this out of my notes, all right? This is stuff that I wrote all this down, but this is all factual basis. This is real shit. I'm not making this up. This isn't just some poetic thing that I put together. Like, this is my story. This is what I'm doing to push past my trauma. This is actually who I am. This is the story of Clinton Adam Richards. You know, today I go by AZ, but it doesn't matter. Call me whatever you want. Call me a fool. Call me a piece of shit. But this is what I'm doing to get through to my life, and I want you guys to know who I am. Because I don't have any love in my life right now. I don't have nothing. What I've got is I got this fucking story, man. Like, this is who I am. And I'm not asking you guys to help me get through this issue. What I'm trying to do is saying that we got issues in our country. We got trauma, you know, and we have to get past this. My name is Clint Richards. My friends call me AZ. Welcome to AZ Meets the World. For me and you both, change starts right here. I love you guys.